In recent times, thousands of Californians are fleeing to Mexico. California Governor Gavin Newson said,
"Some folks are moving. They can't afford it."
He also added, this is one of the worst migrations the state has ever seen. It comes amid a wider exodus of Californians to other states across the U.S., including Washington, Arizona, Oklahoma, and so on. This not only scares the governor of California, but also sent a warning signal to the governor of Texas, Greg Abbott. What exactly happened in California? And how is the governor of Texas going to prevent his own slew of trouble? Let's find out in today's episode of Tesla Car World. Before we begin, please show your support by subscribing to the channel and ringing the bell so you won't miss any of our interesting videos in the future. In a recent podcast, Tesla's CEO Elon Musk spoke about the massive exodus of Californians to Mexico and hoped this situation would not happen in the state of Texas. Many Californians felt the situation was getting worse, which forced them to leave their hometown, because inflation in the state of California has gas, grocery, and living costs rocketing under Governor Gavin Newsom. As per some reports, California continuously ranks high as one of the country's most expensive states to live in. The median price for a home in California is nearly $800,000. Only 25% of the California households could afford that in the fourth quarter of 2021. Moreover, according to the most recent statistics, California is among the top taxed states in the U.S. with 9.72%. Former California Assemblyman Chuck DeVore stressed that residents in California are looking elsewhere, even outside the U.S., for a more affordably priced place to live. Indeed, more and more Californians are moving to Mexico. They saw huge advantages when living in Mexico, such as cheaper living costs than that of California. Travis Grossi, a content creator who moved to Mexico in 2020, shared that he paid $1,600 a month for a one-bedroom apartment in Hollywood, while in Mexico, his rent became only $850 per month for 2 bedrooms. Besides that, the healthcare services in Mexico are still better than in California. California migrants living in Mexico say they have easy access to the most dedicated healthcare system in Mexico. Meanwhile, although the US spent much more on healthcare than any other country in the world, one study showed that overall its performance and quality of healthcare rank last among the highest income countries. Additionally, Californians are also concerned about the rising crime rates in the state. They want to find a safer place to settle down. The wave of migrating Californians to Mexico also significantly affected local businesses, especially electric car maker Tesla. Accordingly, the Tesla Fremont factory in California will see a staffing disturbance because if workers' wages are not enough to meet their living standards, they will leave. Therefore, Tesla's factory is at risk of staffing shortages in the context that the factory is increasing the production of EVs. On top of that, Tesla is also worried about the political situation of the state of California in the future. That will also indirectly affect the development of Tesla's factory in the state. California is a Democratic stronghold and is considered one of the 3 great strongholds of Democrats, along with New York and Illinois. California Governor Gavin Newsom is also a Democrat. However, in recent times, people's confidence in the state's politics has been shaken. Amid relentless health and economic crises, along with ongoing revelations about the previous January 6th Capitol insurrection, likely California voters offer a very grim assessment of the political soul of the nation in the Public Policy Institute of California survey. After a hopeful beginning early last year, the support for national leadership has plummeted. Certainly this is bad news from California to the Democratic Party at the start of a highly consequential midterm election year. It's also a wake-up call from the US's most populous state, reflecting concerns that US democracy appears to be drifting off course. 66% of California likely voters think things in the United States are generally going in the wrong direction. This is a 16-point increase since President Biden entered office. Moreover, democracy itself appears disappointing. 51% of California likely voters say they are not too satisfied or not at all satisfied with the way that democracy is working in the United States today. Most alarmingly, according to the Public Policy Institute of California survey, about 48% of participants think political unrest and violence will increase in the US in the next few years. If there were to be political violence in the state of California, it would be a disaster for the Fremont factory because all operations at this factory must be stopped immediately to ensure safety for the workers, in which Tesla's damages could reach hundreds of millions of dollars. But not only that, the previous relationship between the California government and Elon Musk was not even good, hindering Tesla's expansion of EV production in the state. Tesla has sued California's Alameda County over coronavirus-related business restrictions that have limited Tesla's production since the COVID-19 pandemic broke out in the state in 2020. At that time, at Musk's behest, Tesla still reopened and kept going with EV production at the Fremont factory.
The California's gone from the land of opportunity to the land of sort of taxes, overregulation, and litigation. And this is not a good situation.
Ultimately, although Californians are trying to flee where they live, there is an ironic fact that Mexicans want to immigrate to the US with the desire to improve their economic situation. Mexicans remain the largest group of immigrants in the United States, accounting for about 24% of the nearly 45 million foreign-born residents. In 2019, there were about 10.9 million Mexican-born individuals living in the United States. But according to estimates from the Migration Policy Institute, Mexicans accounted for the majority of the unauthorized immigrants in the US. According to analysts, immigrants from Mexico could also be an abundant source of labor for Tesla's Giga-Texas factory, but Texas Governor Greg Abbott doesn't think so. As per some sources, Greg Abbott, a Republican who is running for re-election this fall, has been a harsh critic of the Biden administration's immigration policies and has sought to make headlines with countermeasures. Abbott said in a statement, "By busing migrants to Washington, D.C., the Biden administration will be able to more immediately meet the needs of the people they are allowing to cross our border. Texas should not have to bear the burden of the Biden administration's failure to secure our border." This is warning the governments of other states in the U.S., especially Texas, that if Texas does not take measures to stabilize prices, make timely support for the people, then the prospect of residents leaving will also happen. What do you think about the prospects of Texans leaving the state of Texas in order to find a new place to call their home? And that's it for today's episode. We sincerely thank you for watching and for all of your support of our channel, Tesla Car World. Please leave a like, share the video, remember to subscribe and ring that bell to make sure you never miss out on the next episode. Otherwise, we hope to see you again in the next video. Until then, be safe and take care.